Hey, and welcome to Minions and Misfits, the family-friendly actual play off-kilter tabletop RPG podcast where, instead of playing as your archetypal heroes, we assume the roles of common grunts and monsters. My name is Sam, and we are currently playing Babes in the Woods 2nd Edition. And I'm here with along with my players, messed up a little bit there, Rebecca.
Hi.
Cam.
Hey.
Dylan.
Hi.
And I should have put an and in there because they're the three that we have.
That's it. That's all of them.
And they're playing kind of...
We're all you got, buddy.
They're kind of as if you were to take some of the toys from the island of Misfit Toys and put them into a summery wonderland. That's kind of what we're doing here. As I said before, we are, of course, playing Babes in the Woods 2nd Edition, which is a system written by Adam Voss and illustrated by Kim Nguyen. It is a great system, and so if you've not played it yet, we highly recommend it. But that being said, it's been a hot second since we've played.
I am a slightly moldy Jake in the Box.
Yep, you're playing yeah.
I am an anxious turtle.
I'm fine. You're fine. We're all fine. I'm not already crying.
No.
Everything is okay.
Muffin is fine. Repress your emotions.
It's very healthy.
It's not working. Oh no.
When last we left our heroes, Muffin, along with the newborn Esther, was running through the woods away from her friends and towards ? And then her friends Puddles and Jake in the Box were chasing after her. So I'm sure if you listened to the last episode, you're kind of nervous to know what would happen. Or at least I hope you are. So
I'm nervous.
You're not nervous?
I'm very nervous.
Oh, good.
I'm extremely nervous.
Yeah.
Terrified.
I don't know about you guys. I'm not ready for this to go south.
Yeah, this is the most stressed I've been in our podcast ever.
Well, the whole season has taken place in the South.
Now we're going to the deep South. Cue the ominous
Not
banjo
Louisiana.
music.
Plot twist, the Maywood is really just Alabama.
Oh, no.
Oh,
We're back in New England again. We never left Call of Cthulhu.
How did this happen?
The Fiend is really just Cthulhu. All right.
Oh, thank goodness.
How did we not notice?
That's so much better.
Well, without further ado, let's dive back into the Maywood. All right, so before we resume the story, let me know if you've heard of this before. You're playing a brand new system, you're reading through it, and then you're playing it, and you go back to the book afterwards, and you realize there's a big mechanic that you...
You mean we've been playing this wrong the whole time?
A little bit.
A big mechanic that would have been really fun to have.
Yeah, so...
Whoopsie.
Apologies to Adam Voss, because we butchered it just a little bit, but it turns out...
We're only semi-professionals.
Oh, yeah. But it turns out
Skilled
there's
amateurs
actually a
at best.
big... There is a justification and an in-world explanation for it. But in Babes in the Woods 2nd Edition, there is something known as the wood move. When you travel through the wood, you make a roll, and it kind of helps expound on a part of the story. But while our characters are running through the literal wood part of the Maywood right now, I will justify by saying, up till now, we've just been traveling on the water.
We've just been on a river. There's no river
Water
roll.
be different.
River rolls don't
completely
exist.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's not in the book,
says
so
nothing
what are
about a
you
river.
saying? That being said, what we're
Take
going to
that,
do
Adam.
is we are...
We're nothing if very literal minded.
As you must be
So-
when playing a TTRPG.
Oh, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll a wood check, and that basically tells us how we are going as we're moving through the wood. And so, like all rolls, we do it with 2d6s, but we add our fear, and we subtract our fear, and we add our hope. Which leads me to my second point, which is I've also not been using a lot of fear and hope. So I just want to gauge the table.
I've got 2 and 2.
I've got two in hope.
I got 2 hope and 1 fear.
Is
I
it fair to
technically
say...
have no fear, but
Whoa.
Muffin's fear is being alone.
Fearless.
Is it fair to say that like we've really attacked your fear the last 2 episodes?
Yeah, I think Muffin has some fear now.
You really riled my fear up with them snakes.
I would say like 2, if not 3, for Muffin. I know it's a lot, but like
Rude.
there's also like all the fear we've compounded thus far.
Yeah. I'll add 3.
I will say that hope comes along with completing a portion of the story and kind of getting stuff figured out. So we've also done a fair bit of that. So when we made muffins, I awarded everyone hope, right?
Yeah, I've got that written here. Make muffins.
Yep. When we escaped the snake, that's definitely hope, especially for Jake.
I've got muffins and rattlesnake written down.
Yeah, you faced your fear
Same
and you
here.
won.
Yeah.
And so is there any other thing that would inspire hope or something that your character did that is like a mark of an achievement in their quests thus far?
Not for me.
Not for Muffin.
Not in the last few episodes.
I think Muffin got 3 fear from the last episode alone.
Yeah, so that puts Muffin at 3 fear. And Boyos, with your friend running away with the small child who Jake kind of was tasked to protect.
My child?
Yeah. Is it fair to say you guys probably took a fear through this experience?
I'm taking a fear for that for sure.
All right.
Yeah, we'll say...
So
those 3 fear, 2 hope.
I will say on page
2 and
96
2
of the
for
book,
me.
it just says if you accumulate 5 fear, you die.
Yeah.
That's actually that's not true at
No.
all. That is not a thing.
I was gonna say, no kids die in this one.
They just spontaneously explode. You get so scared you just explode.
It works like Darkest Dungeon, and you just have a heart attack.
So with all of our fear and all of our hope finally accumulated, I think it's also fair. Have we done kind of a checkup on our experience lately?
No, it's been a bit.
We got experience in recent episodes, I thought.
Do you get it post Snake?
Yeah.
Pretty
Maybe
sure.
post
Yeah.
Snake, but not.
Yeah, because
since
I added one
carnival.
like last session.
We can do one post. Well, you also get them for failing badly.
Because I'm 1 away from getting a new stat.
Well, let's do this. I'm trying to find that page with experience on here. Because I want to try to do the experience after every hollow, and you are technically leaving the hollow that is kind of that big festival.
Oh my.
Yes.
The holler.
Holler. Deeper than the holler. So
Wow.
that's a great song, don't you bust it? I miss Randy Travis.
Oh.
He's not dead, but anyway. No.
Just never hang out anymore.
No, we just never hang out.
Aw.
I'm actually never mind. We're gonna hang out next week? No. So let's just bounce around. Did anyone here help someone when they were in need?
You all helped me get out of my big pickle.
That's true. But we did that. We did
That was Snake.
get
We're talking about
experience
this is-
after Snake
Yes.
time.
Since
This
we've
is
been
the
at the
carnival.
I'm talking
circus,
about
or the
that
carnival.
child.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
To
Did
two
we both help with
teenagers
that?
were like, I think it was just
think
the
it was-
turtle. But
All right, XP to Puddles then for helping save Jake in the Box. Did
Yeah,
someone make
Puddles.
you? Did anyone in game make another person laugh out loud?
Oh, I'm sure. Even though it was sad, I'm sure y'all made me laugh.
I think we may have tried, but he may have been too broken.
Weren't people laughing at Puddles when he tried to climb the rope thing?
It
Oh,
was a
100%.
very cute visual image, but I might have been deep in the sad.
I know the vulture who was watching you was definitely cackling. So
We'll
point
take
to
that.
Puddles and point to Jake. Did you reveal a secret of your own or keep a secret of someone else's? Muffin absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muffin revealed she does in fact have parents.
Unintentionally.
I
Yep.
don't think Jake has any secrets.
And she also kept the secret of how to access those parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remind us what that was, Rebecca?
She has to bring the fresh new baby to the
no.
rot.
For a nice little baby sacrifice.
To the berry bush.
Yep. Back
Did-
to the berry bush.
Did you come face to face with the fiend or one of its agents?
Another experience.
Well, so we all came face to face with Muffin, who at this point we've established is an agent of the
I'm-
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh no!
You know what? I'm not gonna give points for that, but
No, please don't. That makes it real.
Puddles, you did come face to face with a different agent of the fiend.
Was it the vulture?
Looks around at all the different cartoons, sees the vulture smoking a cigarette, who's also a carny. Yeah, it was the vulture. He's definitely not a good guy. That being said, you're very far away. Did you all have a good time?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, my apologies to all of the listeners and to Adam Voss for butchering this system and doing all these rules in a very backwards way, but we're making one a heck of a story too.
All right, I upgraded my Steam. I spent my 6 experience. I now have 0 Steam, 0 Noodle, 1 Mush. No more negatives.
Woo!
I'm also going to upgrade my Steam to +1.
I imagine.
I have 7 XP.
Bro, use it, bro.
Yeah, I had 7 as well.
I think
4, 5.
I want to get a
6.
wish.
Or a special move.
I think I can get both.
4 plus 3 is 7.
We're learning basic math, you guys.
Another
Welcome
good
to
use
Math
of
Blasters,
Basterwood
the
second
RPG.
edition. Basic math.
I think I'm gonna get stay sheltered. I think that's what Muffin
what's that
needs
do?
right now. When someone tells a story about something that happened outside the wood, choose an unmarked option below and mark it. Describe something it reminds you of from your time in the wood. Become overwhelmed or emotional thinking about the outside world and remove yourself from the situation. Or finally, confront the storyteller about this sure mistruth. Once all 3 are marked, tell the other kids a belief you have about the world outside the wood and erase them all, -1 fear.
Whoa. Fancy.
That sounds like my
Neat.
life. With that being said, we find our children running through the woods in 2 different pairs. We can see stumbling
Well, there's only
about.
2 children.
Well, in game terms,
our
you're all
characters.
technically children.
Okay.
But
Our
I guess
player
we do see our
characters.
2 literal children running through the woods in the dark. And by
As
2,
a
I
pair.
mean really we see 1, because Muffin is carrying Esther as she is running fast through the muddy wood of the
Just
Maywood.
dragging Esther behind her.
Just ragdolling her like she's a Skyrim NPC.
I just imagine that this is that point, like in an old movie where it's clearly a baby doll, and so
Yes,
and
yes.
so you don't have to feel bad with what we're doing to it. It's like it's clearly just like a plastic baby doll, and we'll get the real baby on set tomorrow.
And when it cuts to the real baby, she's just smiling.
Exactly, there's that.
By old movie, do you mean American Sniper, a movie
Oops.
that came out like 7 years ago?
With like $80 million budget.
Have y'all ever seen Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Yes.
There's a
Yes.
great baby scene in that movie.
Yes. Yes.
On task.
All right, now we're gonna make our first. Sorry, Adam Voss. Our first good move of the game.
Sorry,
Muffin,
Mr.
please
Voss.
roll me those 2d6s.
Nah, the
Take away
DM's gotta
your fear
roll the wood.
and add your hope.
All right, so that's a net -1.
Oh boy.
Okay, I rolled a 10. -1, that's 9.
That sounds decent.
And so on this result, this is what the book says. It says, and this is on page 24 for anyone reading along.
Wow.
On a 7 to 9, the forest twists and turns before you, making it difficult to travel. And I would make up descriptive words, but I think this literally happens in front of you, Muffin.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Choose another kid to pull aside and confide in. You only have Esther.
Confide in the child.
Despite this dark situation, Esther seems gleefully oblivious as she adds 1 friendship towards you. You get
This is
to
why we love
choose
babies.
1 unmarked topic from the following list and mark it. When all the topics are marked, erase them all and start over. So, you reveal to Esther one of these things, Muffin. You deeply miss someone or something back home. You're scared of something you saw in the wood. Another kid is making you upset. You have regrets about the way you or the group acted in the last hollow. You have a secret you avoided admitting, and you hope to find something important to you in the next hollow.
Gosh dang, those are all good.
Crap. She could say one thing and check off most of those.
Well, the good news is that Esther doesn't know anything and can't talk, so.
Oh man. The woods are twisting and turning and things are getting... What's the terrain like? Is it getting wetter or is it getting craggier?
It's getting wetter. You're traveling through kind of a deep, almost like a Louisiana, like the part of the forest that's going towards the swamp, but
It's the
not in
bayou.
the swamp yet. There's definitely like, the buzzing of gnats around you, and it's pitch black. You can't see the moon through the trees, and the forest is twisting about, much as you would expect a 8-year-old scared running in the forest to perceive the forest as.
So a lot.
Sense. Yeah.
She's gonna kind of like struggling to hold Esther over her shoulder with one arm, reach into her pocket for her flashlight, her item which she has not used up until now.
Wowza.
She's gonna give it a couple whacks, like I saw my dad do.
Oh.
She's gonna turn it on.
Ooh.
And she's gonna look at all the scary shadows as she whips her flashlight around. But then, in her mind's eye, she can hear her dad pointing at the shadows and saying, like, oh, look, that one. I bet that's a giraffe monster. And it only eats the top leaf on the tallest trees. And it's just come down here to see what's going on. And just her dad pointing the flashlight around and making up stories about all these scary shadows, making them into fun, silly monsters. And so
That's a
she's
good
going to
dad.
point at one. Mm-hmm. And she's going to say, you see that? That scary shadow, Esther, that looks like it's going to eat our faces and spit out our bones? It's not going to do that. It likes making silly faces. And if we make silly faces at us, it'll be our friend. Blah. She tries to make a silly face.
Make an audible silly face, please.
I think so. You're trying to, I think, almost console yourself and
Yes, it's a self-console for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And am I recall? I think one was like recalling a memory or something.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if I did any of the things.
No. You did it well. And
Oh, it works.
Esther is doing what babies do when they listen, which is just kind of like, bah. I'm gonna have you roll a face your fear check. Which
What do I add to this?
I guess nothing. It doesn't say you add anything. You actually roll it with disadvantage.
Oh, that's
Right.
so rude.
Let me grab my third D6, this ominous black one with red numbers. Oh, it rolled good.
Now do
But
it
with
again,
disadvantage,
but
you
worse.
say?
Yeah.
That's a total of 6.
Your fear gets the best of you and your intended move fails. Mark 1 experience. So while you're trying to explain this, I feel like you're holding her in one hand, flashlight in the other, gesticulating, and you like drop the flashlight. What happens next?
She's just kind of, I mean, it's still on, right? Is it still on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's going to try to reach down for it, but she's having trouble holding on to Esther. But she doesn't want to put Esther in the mud. And so I think maybe she might slip and fall if she doesn't make a good roll to do good steam here.
Yeah, do a steam check.
Do good steam.
That's 7 minus 1, so that's 6.
6.
So close.
Here's what you do. With that, you kind of grab up the flashlight and Esther, and you just like charge forward, running almost indiscriminately. And at one point, you feel that you hit something. You just hear a scream break out around you, and you just continue running. And with that, we're gonna go back to our boyos.
Oh, snap.
Puddles and Jake, you are in pursuit of Muffin. What does this look like?
Not very fast.
I'm just riding him, and Puddles is going like, but we're moving like this fast across the screen,
Yeah.
like an inch at a time.
We're probably both like calling Muffins and Esther's names out.
Oh yeah, I feel like you're probably calling Muffins. I'm probably calling Esther.
Mm-hmm.
And as you run through the woods, which one of you wants to make that wood roll for me? That wood
Not me.
I'll do it.
Move. All right.
It's a neutral roll for me. That's a 7.
The 7. Okay. You do the same thing that Muffin just did, except now you turn towards Jake, who, if we're being honest, is not the person you're closest to in this group, I don't believe.
Yeah,
Right.
that'd be Muffins.
And while you're searching through the woods, you have to confide in Jake. So what does Puddle confide? You deeply miss something or someone back home. You're scared of something you saw in the wood. Another kid is making you upset. You have regrets about the way you or your group acted in the last hollow. You have a secret you've avoided admitting, and you hope to find something important to you in the next hollow. What does that conversation sound like?
I feel like they're walking along trying to trying to get a trace of where Muffins and Esther went, and Puddles is just like out of nowhere. It's like, you know what? I was just a regular turtle once.
I don't remember being a Jack-in-the-Box at any point.
One day, I just started feeling different. But mostly what different was just worried about everything.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know if I ever got worried about things until we lost Esther. That was the real big worry. But before then, I was really just kind of just a carefree little felt boy.
I was worried about everything until Muffin came along. She was the first person to be my friend.
She's not scared of anything.
Or so we thought.
Yeah, she's going through some stuff right now, that's for sure.
And as you are walking forward, you bump into a tall figure who looks at you and screams, "Ah!
Ah!
Who is it?
You look and it's kind of like a girl who's probably about Muffin's age, with dark hair that's kind of pulled back into two ponytails, with a little like green beret on.
It's Wednesday Addams.
And you just see a
It's the Green Berets.
It's Wednesday Addams, but she joined the Green Berets.
What a twist.
I bet you weren't expecting that.
I've watched that movie.
The army trying to scare us with its new Wednesday personality.
She's like, "Ah,
Hello there. Have you seen another girl right about your age carrying a much younger girl?"
You talk?
Yeah, I'm a magic
Yes.
box.
And I'm probably
Huh,
a magic
you talk
turtle.
too?
Yeah. We were actually just talking about talking.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird experience, isn't it?
All right, well, get down. I'm hunting.
Hunting what? Rabbits?
She kind of pulls you over to the, like next to a bush. She's like, "I'm hunting snipe."
Oh no.
You see,
Not the deadly snipe.
I used to know a snipe.
Snipe are deadly creatures. I've actually never seen one before, but they're like birds with sharper teeth
Man, I'm getting Boy Scout flashbacks.
and with hands that are like bears, but also octopuses, and with a jaw that opens up, and when it opens up, a snake comes out. It's
Not a snake!
real messed up.
I hate snakes.
But I'm here to catch him. And you kind of see that she has like a sack. She's like, "I'm gonna catch a snipe. You see, my friends are out there, and they're gonna chase the snipe to me, and I'm gonna catch it."
Oh no.
Well, I believe in you.
I thought I saw the snipe a few minutes ago, but it was just some girl screaming.
Oh, where was that girl screaming?
Huh?
The screaming girl. Where was she?
Oh, just
Which way was she running?
I mean, why do you want to know?
Well, we're looking for a girl.
That's
She's probably screaming.
That's probably the one we're looking for.
She kind of like looks around. So you're trying to find a friend?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm also trying to find a friend.
I thought you were trying to find a snipe.
I'm trying to find a snipe so I can get friends because I have no friends.
Oh, well, have you tried just, popping out of your box and be like, "Hey"?
I did that, yeah. The counselor said to stop.
Oh.
Have you tried one of these? And then he just like camera cut, whip around, and he's doing like cartoon adorable eyes.
Mom likes that, but Cindy at school says that it's like babyish.
Well, babies are great.
But hey, I know we can help each other. You help me catch the snipe, and I'll tell you where that screaming person went.
We don't know how to get a snipe.
I mean, it's easy. You just wait here.
I've lived around here. I've lived around the river for a long time, and I've never seen anything like that.
I mean, it's got to be here. They said it was real. I'm waiting here,
Oh,
and
who's they?
all the other girls in my troop, they wouldn't lie.
Didn't you just say you don't have any friends?
And they also called you babyish.
Do you think maybe they're trying to pull a trick on you?
And her face just kind of like drops. Maybe.
Well, how about you catch one of them instead of that snipe?
Like, put them in the sack?
Yeah.
I feel like that'll make them not like me.
Oh, that's true.
Do people
Alright,
like
Well,
me?
what
they
if you
don't
found-
really seem.
We
They
could
don't
be
really
the,
seem like the type of people that you would want to like. you.
Puddles. We could be the snipe. We're a talking
Go
turtle in a
on.
talking box. We can freak them out. We can pretend to be a snipe in a bag.
Well, if it'll help us find Muffins and Esther.
Yeah, she knows where they went. We can do this.
How does this help me?
We're gonna be the snipe in the bag. You're gonna get to show us off. We'll scare them, and then you tell us where they go, and you get to be the person that caught the snipe.
Wait, but once I scare them, they're gonna like me less.
No, because you're the hero that caught the snipe.
Oh, okay. Can one of you guys make a... What would this be described as? This would be a...
This sounds like a genius plan.
I sure
Is
think
this
so.
a team up?
Ooh.
I
Or
would...
is this a
Well,
cause
when you
mischief?
attempt to be a snipe, but I'm trying like, what? How are you persuading this young girl?
This is persuasion, yeah, but would it be I don't know.
probably
Cause
a,
mischief, I think, is probably the
I
closest
don't know.
thing.
Isn't there like a make a friend check?
Ooh.
Ooh,
There is
that's
a
pretty
make a friend
good.
check.
This is kind
Do
of a
that,
make a
make a
friend kind
friend.
of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. All right, let's see. Roll plus mush. That's going to be an 8.
okay, which means that they are hesitant but can be convinced to be your friend. Choose one. They ask you to make an unbreakable promise, or they require a valuable gift in exchange for their friendship.
Ooh.
Mm.
So
Unbreakable promise makes more sense, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
We have nothing of value besides our snipeness.
Okay.
Does anyone?
All right. We'll do the snipe thing. I don't know if it'll work, but you have to give me a turnip scout pledge.
Turnip scout.
I put up 2 fingers.
The
Wait,
turnip,
I only have a felt. I put up my felt hand. It just looks like
it's
this.
supposed to be. Never mind. That works.
I bend down like
It just
2/5 of my
Puddles is just holding up his turtle nub.
turtle fist.
His little
The
tortoise nub.
I feel like the turnip like pose would just be like 2 fingers up and the middle one bent and facing it, so it looks like almost like a little.
Like a little bent turnip leaf.
Yeah, it's like a little bent turnip leaf. All right, this is the turnip scout pledge. You have to pledge to not leave until I get
Not
at least-
leaf. Sorry.
Sorry, I thought I heard a pun.
Yeah, I heard a
Not
voice
leave
in the wind.
until I have it. Yeah. That's a snipe. Do the snipes tell bad jokes?
Apparently,
They're not
Rebecca
bad
was
jokes.
a
They're
snipe
dad
all
jokes.
along.
Ha
same
ha!
difference.
She just like transforms into a hideous monster.
Ah,
You have to promise
she was the snipe all along.
not to abandon me like the rest of the friends did.
No, we love friends. In fact, if you want to help us find our friend afterwards, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, we're not really into the whole abandoning people game.
Not our jam.
Oh, good. I don't know about going with you because my mom's going to be here on Friday. But
Okay, well, you can go say hi to your mom and tell her about your new friends.
if you can help me look cool to the rest of the turnip sprouts, turnip
Oh, yeah.
scouts.
Turnip
then-
sprouts is even better.
It really is.
Ah!
And then later on, we can beat the broccoli scouts in a game, and it'll make for the best summer ever, and it'll be great. But you have to be here for that part.
I love this plan.
Yes.
I just look over at Puddles and I give him a little like steely-eyed nod. We're just like, yeah.
And so you convince her of your plan. What is the plan exactly?
We both hop in the sack.
Okay, you're in the sack, and you're like kind of like bundling around. She's like, okay, does that hurt? Is that okay?
I'm made of wood and felt, so everything feels fine.
I have a shell.
Okay, like what sound does a snipe make though?
Well, apparently you said it was part bear, part octopus, part snake, right?
Yeah, I'm starting to think that might be a lie.
It might be. Hey, Puddles, what's the worst sound you can make?
He just makes like a like what sound would a turtle make? Just like a kind of like a raspy kind of hiss. Yeah.
There it is. That's the one.
Yeah!
All right, you do that, and I'll go.
That's terrifying. Okay, this
It's just him stretching out his spring and like twanging.
Yeah,
it.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
bounce my spring everywhere in the sack, so it looks like there's like a million limbs.
All right. Well,
That's a good idea.
I'm Karina, by the way. I don't know if I ever introduced myself.
I'm Jake.
Hey,
Puddles.
turnip shake, and she kind of like puts forward the two fingers like before.
I slap it with my felt hand.
Oh, that's no. You gotta pull it like a turnip.
I can't pull. I don't have grip. I can go double hand. Hang on.
Well,
And I double hand on the
that-
finger and
that-
just yank.
That works. Cool. And she kind of like seals the bag back up, and kind of like heaves you over her shoulder and starts walking.
All right, you just give
She
us
just keeps like
give us a
accidentally
signal.
bumping us into stuff.
Yeah, give us a signal when you see them, and we'll start making the noises.
Absolutely. Camera pans away, back into the deep and dark of the forest, and we find we find Muffin running. Muffin, you find a break in the forest, and kind of standing in the middle of a dark meadow, you see kind of
Joseph Smith.
a ramshackle house.
Maybe it'll be safe inside and we can get out of the dark. Maybe take a nap. I don't remember the
shackled
last
these
time I
rams out
had a
here?
nap. All these poor rams are
Speaking of bad
shackled.
jokes.
She's gonna go up and she's gonna knock on the door. Hello?
And
Anybody home?
when you knock on it, it just kind of like opens up like.
Hello?
She's in a horror movie now.
It's all dark inside. There does not seem to be anybody home.
Watch out for Ghostface.
Flashlight.
How many uses is this of the flashlight? Because you are
I think
allowed
I just
3.
marked this last one.
However many batteries you got.
There's also one with the snakes.
Oh, okay, so that must be when I marked it. So
Yeah. This should be
this
the
should
third
still
one.
will this still count? Because she had it on the whole time? Question mark.
We'll see.
As it starts to flicker.
Pan back to the boyos. You kind of hear commotion coming from outside the bag.
Is that the sign?
Yeah, you go from hearing like cicadas and crickets to hearing like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And the crackling of what must be a fire.
Just picturing a bunch of girls that all sound like Lumpy Space Princess.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my Tiffany, what are you doing?
Oh my god, you guys.
She's like, what? And Karina starts going, oh my gosh. What do I say? What do I do?
You run up, hold us in the air triumphantly, and say, I got the snipe.
All right.
And if they want proof, let them reach into the bag and I'll bite them.
Yes.
And she's like, okay. And she like, you kind of feel yourself being shifted over. Turnip scouts! I sniped the guy.
And I'm springing.
It's really scary. It's like, oh my gosh, Karina, what are you talking about? I got the snipe.
Spring.
Rebecca,
spring,
since
tentacle.
since your character is in a different scene, do you want to play obnoxious little 8-year-old Girl Scouts?
I was born for this.
I love it. I got the snipe.
Snipes aren't real, Karina. We
Wait.
made that up so you'd go away.
But you said they were real, so
I knew it.
This is just a dumb trick. Watch. Me, Brittany, the best of the turnip scouts. I'm gonna show that you're just a big fake. I'm gonna reach into this bag. And she sticks her hand on in.
And before she does that, Karina just goes, well,
Where's the cause
I don't
harm?
I think that you're acting more like a bean scout right now.
Not a bean scout. She said
And another
the B
girl
word.
goes, you are kind of being a mean scout.
Oh, I didn't say that one, but you're at least being Bean, right? And no one laughs.
How dare you?
But yeah, look, I totally
acting like a total garbanzo right now.
A total garbanzo.
And she says, but you can, if you don't believe me, it's in here, right? Hear it, you can hear it. I
bet
think
it's just
sick.
some dumb toy.
It's not dumb toys.
Biter.
Miss Julie took away all my dumb toys, so ha.
Oh,
Man.
Even my teddy bear.
this Scoutmaster sucks.
Only he can only bring vegetables to Bean Scout camp. I mean, wait, a turnip
It's a
scout.
turnip with a face drawn on it.
Miss Julie said that only on-brand teddy bears are allowed, not equate brand, but it's okay.
Aw.
I got over it. That was a full 2 days ago.
Brittany's gonna reach into the bag.
Ooh, can you boys roll a cause mischief roll for me?
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah, we can. I got +1 steam now.
I got an 8.
I got a 9.
Wow.
Ooh, 8 and a 9. Okay. So same kind of general area. So it says, something goes awry. You manage to affect your target, but an unintended side effect puts one or more of the kids in peril.
Yeah, we
Describe-
actually bite off her finger. Whoops.
No! I'm not.
Maybe you
that.
bite it, but now she's terrified, and now everyone wants to get rid of the snipe.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, so she bites it, but she's terrified. Go ahead.
She bites it.
Brittany jumps
Puddles-
back, and she holds up her giant, like her finger is now like a giant throbbing cartoonish finger.
I was gonna say he bites her and she like whips her hand out of the bag and he's still hanging on to her.
Oh no! Yeah, that would put him in peril.
I
And
kinda
she's
like-
just like swinging her hand around in terror.
I kind of like what you were going before because I have an idea with that one.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so she leads back. She totally bought into it. She believes that it is snipe.
Is
She's
snipe.
got a real snipe, you guys. We're all in danger because of Karina.
No, I mean, it's real. It's so real. See, you can hear it. It doesn't need to throw up. But
Apologies to all of our listeners on this episode.
and all the girls start kind of like, oh my gosh, kill it. And Karina's like, but I'm sure it's nice. I'm sure it just bit Brittany because she's being a bean.
I need antiseptic.
And then kind of a 50-ish-year-old woman with her hair tied back in a bun.
Is it Miss Trunbull?
No. Comes over and she's like, Karina, what is that, Karina? Why is Tiffany crying, Karina?
My name is Brittany.
What? Why is Tiffany's twin sister Brittany crying?
Tiffany's like, I didn't think we looked that much alike.
We're actually just cousins.
She's my cousin.
They look absolutely nothing. One of them's blonde and the other one's got like brown hair.
Miss Julie,
One
I
of them's
found
Asian.
a snipe. What are you talking about, Karina? You and Miss Karen sent me on a snipe hunt, and you said
My
you,
waveform looks wild.
No.
you guys were gonna have your grown-up drinks while I went on the snipe hunt.
Oh man.
Rebecca
Layers.
is showing up to this camp, and she is spiring both these women.
Miss Julie goes, I did not say all those things, but yes, how can I help you, Karina? Yes. What? Do you have an animal in there? Maybe. Well,
Puddles is just making like cartoon biting sounds.
Chop, 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 chop.
well, Karina, did it bite Brittany? A little bit.
You hear a
fingers
tiny
just going-
voice. You hear a tiny voice from the bag saying, "Stick your hand in to find out."
What was that, Karina? I didn't say that.
Oh no!
Sorry, Karina.
Karina, what was that? It was nothing. I didn't.
I said it. Put your hand in the bag, huh?
I don't know what to do with this information. roll a cause mischief check.
Yeah, this is a cause mischief on the DM. Oh no, I rolled 2 2s.
Uh-oh.
I think the
I
camp
earned the
counselor is
ire of
going to
my
reach
target.
in the bag.
She's like, Karina, that is not the way to speak to an adult. And she snatches the bag up. No, please don't hurt it. It's a really nice snipe. I think it's related to Wesley. And you guys feel yourselves being like being carried away, and you hear the
That's fine. That's great.
you hear the commotion of the fire, kind of fading away. What are they hearing? What are the other Girl Scouts saying, Rebecca?
I think Brittany's still like complaining, but then Tiffany's like, "Was that really a snipe? That was kind of cool, Karina. Brittany has been kind of a bean scout."
Bean Scout's the name of the
And I think
episode,
Karina
right?
actually has a friend.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
we
Karina's
did
like,
it.
yeah, it was totally a snipe. I think it was a mammal or something.
Whoa, I learned about those.
But
I've heard of mammals.
They
But-
don't fly
They lay eggs, I think.
sometimes if they're platypuses.
Tiffany and Karina are
A
like
platypus is the real snipe.
having a side conversation. I'm kind of worried about what Miss Julie will do, because remember what she did to my teddy bear?
Oh no.
Yeah, I got tied to the flagpole for like 2 days as an
Oh my gosh.
example to all the rest of the kids.
The Scoutmaster sucks.
I was
That's
terrified.
this incredibly low rent scout organization.
Yeah.
And at
Should we
that,
go save it?
Man, the Scouts really went downhill since they let girls in.
you guys are being hauled off, and we're gonna flash back to Muffin.
Yeah.
And it can only be described as a really traumatizing tonal change.
That's life, kids.
Whiplash.
Rebecca, you go inside this small cottage. It's a 1-room cottage that is clearly abandoned. There's a little cot in the corner, and there's a stone fireplace on the other side of the room. There's no embers or anything in the fireplace, and some of the windows are cracked, but it does seem to be kind of a place to find solace in the midst of, obviously, a little bit of a hard situation, I guess. And as you decide that this might be an okay place to settle down for the night, what does that look like? There's you and there's Esther.
I think I have this visual of her walking in and kind of just scanning the room, and it sort of fades into a similar little cabin that's all put together, and there's plaid checker curtains on the windows, and her mom is making the bed, and her dad steps into the room and spreads out his arms and says, "This will be our home for the weekend." And the fire is crackling, and her parents are smiling, and she steps into the room and sweeps one arm with the flashlight in a mimicry of her father and says, "This'll be our home. We can clean it up and be our own little family. Just
Cut to a
gotta
few
make
minutes.
the bed, and maybe dust the cobwebs."
Cut to a few minutes later, and you've kind of like unpacked your backpack and set her down on the bed. And when you set Esther down, like a little bit of like dust puffs up from the bed, because clearly not been, sat in for years. Slept in for years.
One of those.
One of those.
Touched, perceived.
And as you lay her down to rest, you look in the other corner, there's kind of a small dining room table. And another image passes through your head. What do we see?
I think we see her dining room table at home, and we see her mom hunched over just a bunch of paper, rubbing her temples and chewing on a pencil and just kind of shaking her head and saying, I don't know if we can do it this month. And her dad just kind of rubbing her mom's back and saying, I'll go back to work. We'll make it work. And Muffin just doesn't know what those words mean. She just knows something's wrong.
And as you settle into the bed, you feel, and as you pull the sheets over you, they're kind of musty and not super comfortable, but there's something. You see an image of someone tucking you in, but it's not your mom or your dad. It's just the neighbor from next door. And she's friendly enough, but not mom and not dad. And with
when
that,
are my parents gonna be home?
I don't know, like 5, maybe 6 if traffic's bad. Soon. We'll be home soon.
She looks over at the clock and it's 8. And she just snuggles into the covers more.
I'm sure they'll be back soon. It'll be okay. I also need them to be back soon because I have a day. But that's not important. So, good night. And the middle-aged woman leaves the room. Flashback to a different middle-aged woman carrying a bag with a turtle and a jack-in-the-box in it. And you just hear her yelling, Karen! Karen!
Oh man, not Karen.
Not Karen. We're in danger now.
Rebecca,
We thought this Scoutmaster was bad.
Rebecca, would you mind being my scene partner again? Thank you.
Here we go. What? What is it, Julie?
She's 3 cigarettes in.
The girls, Karina, of course, found. She said she found a snipe.
Snipe.
So, like
Oh! What is making that horrible noise? What did she find?
Chomp.
A dead possum?
I think she
she probably
found like a snake eating a possum, and it's now trying to throw it. You can hear it. It's like throwing up in there.
Ow! I hate nature.
Next time the parental committee votes on who goes on the trip, I'm going to be absent from that meeting. Or better yet, not on the parental committee, because I am not bringing
Tiffany? Brittany?
I am not
Brittany?
I am not bringing Nevaeh back on this trip.
Ashley with 3 E's?
Kendra with a Q.
Yeah.
Riley.
Kendra with a QU.
But it's BRYLEIGH.
Oh, no.
Welcome to Utah.
But it, bit one of the girls.
Have you... Oh, great. Have you looked in the bag? What if she gets sick? We're gonna get in trouble, and then we don't get paid.
Karen, what if it bites me? Karen.
I just got my nails done.
Karen, I was
Do you know how much it costs to get these French tips? And she just wiggles. These long, old, bony fingers just come into the camera. Just
Oh no! Ah!
Just picturing a Nickelodeon style gross up of wrinkly old lady hands. It's just like a scream sound effect.
You know what's really sad? I was about to have her talk about how she just got her French tips, and I'm not even joking.
Maybe they should just argue about whose French tips are better.
Who's a French?
So at this point, you realize that whatever happens is not likely to be positive. What are Jake and Puddles thinking?
I'm just waiting for one of them to dump us out. We make a run
I'm
for
gonna
it.
say, I think Puddles is just going to bite a hole in the bottom of the
that
bag.
works, yeah.
And then, just while they're arguing with each other, he just chews a hole through the bottom of the bag, and they just
I like that
leave.
a lot. Make another cause mischief check.
Is there a slip out of trouble check?
Ooh, there might be.
I think there's something like that. Something like
Scoot away. The
escape
scoot away
it.
check.
Scoot
away!
Yeah,
All right,
scoot
make a
away.
scoot away check.
That was an 11.
Nice!
10 plus 1.
Let's go, Puddles.
You pop out of the bottom of the bag, and the 2 women just stop and look at you. What happens?
I think they both just go,
He looks up. He's like, he gives them the sort of slow blink. He's like,
The one eye at a time.
bing, bing.
yeah, his signature move.
I'm just a turtle. Don't worry about me.
He's like,
There's an issue though.
What's the
What's
Karina?
The Jake in the
Yeah.
box just screamed.
There's an issue though. As you run to the door, because the two ladies are like in the opposite corners of the room, screaming, and you make your way to the door, which is closed, and also several feet up.
I spring up.
You spring up.
Ba-doing.
You attempt that.
Please tell me it's a latch and not a turn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Scoot?
doorknob. Oh, it's a doorknob. It's a doorknob. I'm sorry.
That's a doorknob. Ah, gosh dang it.
It's good.
And
Scoot.
while you struggle to get out, you see both Karen and Carol.
That was Julie.
Julie, sorry. Julie and Karen, all the same. Her name is Karen Carol Conover.
Clusterman.
Karen Carol Conover. And Julie...
The third.
Yeah. Karen Conover, formerly Kanofi, is making her way over with a large broom.
Hyphenated.
I brace myself.
And Julie of, Lady Julie, brings over a large bat.
I
And we're
brace
going to go back
myself.
over to our friend Muffin.
I brace myself.
Muffin, you're unable to sleep. You kind of get up and you look, and Esther is next to you asleep. And as you walk over, the wind is kind of making odd sounds as it brushes through one of the windows that's cracked. And you make your way over there to try to keep it from making that annoying sound. And you peek out the window at kind of the meadow laid out in the moonlight with bushes and trees beyond. And another memory appears. What happens?
She's in the backyard. No. I mean, she's looking out in her backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And beside her, she's got a berry basket. And she looks at the front door.
And that
She
same
looks at the
babysitter
clock.
is just asleep on the couch.
We were supposed to go to the cabin again this summer. And they're not even here. I want to make our muffins. I'll go pick the blueberries myself, and then we can make the muffins when they get home. Yeah. We can still have fun this summer.
And as Muffin goes out to collect, she goes deeper and deeper and deeper into the forest. And the shades of green and blue that come from, whatever land she hails from, fade into an orangey, green, and brown palette. And before long, she is lost.
In the woods.
And as you find yourself for the very first time in the Maywood, not that she knew what that was, what was her first time in the Maywood like?
First moments in the Maywood. Really determined to find some berries. She's got to find a berry bush.
I think by the time you realize where you are, it's like berry time is over. It's like, I had the berries and I think I'm talking about more the moment you realized you were no longer home, nor likely to go home.
Yeah.
The moment you realized you were lost.
Because she was probably in the Maywood for like a good hour or two just picking berries. And then, after like an hour or two after that, the realization sets in of, I'm lost,
Been there.
Well, I guess she didn't forget right away. So I think she got really scared. But she's been hiking in the woods before. She was all dressed up and ready to go,
Yeah.
hoping her parents would come home early from work and surprise her. She is wearing her little hiking outfit, and she knows what you're supposed to do is you sit and you wait. And so she plops down, she pulls out her flashlight, she just clicks it on, clicks it off, clicks it on, clicks it off, click, 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 click.
Until
And
the
you do
first
that.
sunset.
For hours. And the sun begins to set. And those shades of orange and brown become shades of blue and purple and eventually black. And the realization dawns on you that maybe no one's even looking.
She just cries.
Behind you, there's a long shadow that stretches out. And you just hear a voice that goes, There, little girl.
Stranger danger.
Got a lot of berries there.
Don't.
What you using those berries for?
I'm gonna use them to make muffins when I get home. Can you help me get home? Where are you?
What are you?
You turn around and it's all pitch black. You hear kind of the weird unsettling sound of shifting, like, just kind of like, not ooze, but things making contact and shifting, but you can't quite see what they are.
Kind of like leaves.
Yeah, like leaves rustling, like damp leaves rustling almost. He says, "Sure, Muffin girl, muffins, I don't know. But you gotta do something for me first. Will you do that?"
Okay.
Wonderful.
I just want to go home.
You'll go home, Muffins. Just follow me this way. And a long, black, tendrily hand points down a path in the forest, and Muffin begins to walk down. And you find yourself back in the room, and I think you find you're completely unable to relax.
Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click.
As you're clicking it, the light begins to fade and begins to struggle. And as you're flicking it, at some point it just stops turning on.
Tap, tap. Click, 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 click.
That's always worked before, but it's no longer working.
Oh no. Her
I'm
hope
gonna
is
add
dead.
another fear.
That's fair. I think she's the type where if she's really petrified, she just needs to do something. It's not like she can just stand there and wait, which is partly why she's in the predicament she's in. And so you grab Esther in a bundle and try to do it quietly, but you don't want to be in this house anymore. And you step out the front door and you continue down the path you were going on.
Hey everybody, Cam here. Thanks for listening to Minions and Misfits. If you like what you heard, don't forget to check out our socials. The links are down in the description. And please, leave us a review on whatever app you use to listen to your podcast. It'll help us reach more people who can enjoy the episode that you just listened to. See you next time.